exciting. We had 4 people playing in the final. Obviously, the 3 Australians who ended up winning the World Cup. Tim Southee was from New Zealand. Even in the semi-finals, we had our Indian boys there. Rahane, obviously Stewart and Dhaval didn't play, but Rahane was part of the side as well. So it's great. I mean, it's great for us from our perspective to see that a lot of the boys who are in our team are actually in really good form, who are playing really well, who've had a lot of cricket behind them. So that's that was really exciting. I must admit, supporting India against my Rajasthan Royals teammates in the semi-final, but it didn't work out like that. But it's nice to have them back. I mean, it's going to be great to have that experience back, the players in form that they are back. I'm really looking forward to sort of welcoming them here in the Rajasthan Royals and hoping to gain from their experiences in this World Cup. I mean, I would slightly disagree with that. I mean, yes, I think it's a nice, in a sense, it's a compliment, because I think we do have superstars. I mean, if you look at the names, individual names of some of the players that we have, I think they are superstars. But the fact that people don't realize that they're superstars is, I think, a credit to firstly the individuals themselves concerned, and also the culture that we have in the team. That the team is always first. The team comes first. We play as a team. So even if you are a superstar, you fit into the system of the team and what the team is like. So it's not necessary that you get noticed as an individual in the Rajasthan Royals, but the whole team gets noticed, like you said, as a team that is a very good team which doesn't have any individual brilliant stars. Though if you were to look at their records, I think a lot of them are superstars, without a doubt, if you look at them individually. So I think they're superstars, but it's really good compliment to us that people from the outside view us as a team, and a team without egos and without sort of superstars in that sense. Look, I mean, all the 8 teams start wanting to win the tournament, and everyone wants to start by saying, look, we want to win the tournament. But that's it's a long way away. It's almost 2 months away from now to start and actually start thinking about we must win the tournament is not how we operate. A lot of how we operate is to get the processes right. A lot of how we operate is that we know that if we do our preparation well, if we practice hard, if we just focus on enjoying ourselves, on playing good cricket, learning from the good things that we do, trying to rectify some of the things that might have gone wrong. I think we generally have a very good season. I mean, last year, I'd say till about a week to go for the tournament, we were really well placed. The last 2 or 3 games didn't go according to plan, and we just missed out literally by 1 ball to make the playoffs. The year before that, we were in the playoffs. We played a semi-final, we played a Champions League final. So yes, we haven't repeated the successes of year 1. But I think over the last 2 or 3 years, you've seen a lot of improvement, and the team is heading in the right direction. Obviously we'll learn from the things that from what happened in the last campaign, and hopefully we'll be a better, smarter, more prepared unit this time around. Look, I think Richardson was an important member of our team last year and a valued member of the team, both in terms of the games he played. I think he played nearly 8 or 9 games for us, and he was also a good, good sort of good person around the unit as well. But that's part and parcel of sport. I mean, you do miss people. What that does is actually creates an opportunity for others. He played 9 games last year. Probably somebody else is going to get the opportunity to play this year. We've picked up a couple of backup players in his place. 2 South African bowlers, Chris Morris and Rusty Theron, are both similar skills to what Richardson does. So hopefully it gives them an opportunity, in the likes of Tim Southee, an opportunity to play a lot more and to step up to the plate. So in every disappointment, there's an opportunity for somebody else. It's always exciting, and like I said in my opening remarks, one of the exciting things of working at the Rajasthan Royals is that opportunity to actually work with a lot of young players and give them opportunities. Because of the way our team is set up, unlike other teams who might not necessarily be able to give their youngsters opportunities, there are places in our team where youngsters can, actually grab those opportunities and do well. So that's the exciting thing of working here and working with a lot of these youngsters. As every year, we've got some young, exciting talent. I wouldn't really want to mention a particular name, because I think in a group, we've picked some young, even in the auction, if you notice, we went and picked a lot of very unknown young players. We're hoping that, and we're quite confident, in fact, that like every year, we will be able to again, maybe showcase one youngster. I mean, if you go back 2 years, Sanju Samson really burst on the scene. Praveen Tambe, who we consider our youngster, he burst on the team, and he is, in terms of his attitude and the way he plays the game. I think he's younger than a lot of people I know at 20. Last year we saw, the emergence of Karun Nair. I mean, Karun Nair really sort of burst onto the scene and sort of really performed well. We saw Tivatia and Ankit Sharma play a few roles for us. Again, we think that this year without mentioning a specific name, I think, hopefully the fans of the Rajasthan Royals and everyone in India will be able to see and get to sort of know a few other names that we, are really excited about. I think that's a wrong way to think about it. I mean, I know that, because we pick players and we pick young players and we pick players, we look a lot at their Ranji Trophy performances as well. I mean, of course, there are specific T20 skills that we are looking for in each of those players. But we also want to see hunger, we also want to see consistency, we also want to see somebody who can deliver under pressure. And pressure is pressure, irrespective, even if it's in a first-class game, if it's in a final of a big tournament in first-class cricket. It might not be 2020 cricket, but an ability to deliver under pressure, ability to deliver in key moments. Those are kind of things that, honestly, they sort of transcend different formats of the game. Yes, there's T20 skills you're looking for, but you're also looking for those other intangible things, which is, pressure and hunger and desire, and that you can see in any form of the game. So, honestly, my advice to a lot of young players is to also take the Ranji Trophy very, very seriously, because, I think without playing consistently to successful domestic T20 cricket, it's very, very unlikely that you'll be able to succeed in just, come to the IPL and think that you'll be able to become a success. I think, obviously, like with everything in cricket, I think in anything you always learn from your experiences. And yes, I mean, as obviously we do follow the strictly, the rules of the IPL, the rules of the ACSU, the rules of the BCCI. There is protocols in place. There is, there are systems in place that try and prevent a lot of these things from recurring or happening again. Over and above that, even at the Rajasthan Royals, I think we make an effort to go out of our way to individually address and speak about these issues, and try and give young players a clear path as to what is the steps to be taken if such incidents, they were to come to know of it, or such incidents were to happen. So yeah, we do our best, but a lot of it is also down to, I think, the individual responsibility of a lot of the players as well. Honestly, when we sat for every 3 years there's a big auction, and I think we mentioned this to our team as well. In general, we don't pick a team for 1 year. We actually pick a team for 3 years. Keeping 3 years in mind. And that's the way we functioned as the Rajasthan Royals. Sure, I mean, we do understand that there will be changes in that. You cannot always pick 23, 24 people and keep the same people for 3 years. There are a few changes, but like you rightly said, our core group and our main group of players, we don't expect that to change for 3 years. When we pick for 3 years, we've picked keeping in mind not only the fact that their performances of 1 year, but which are the players at what stages of their careers they are in, who we think can step up and take over those roles when some of them may be retiring or moving on. So all of these things. I mean, a really good example is Brad Hodge. I mean, we had Brad Hodge and he did a great job for us, and I think it was a terrific Royal. But we'd already picked someone like a Stephen Smith last year, knowing fully well that at the stage in career Brad Hodge is in. But we were looking for a young, exciting talent, and obviously Steve now, he played a lot of cricket last year, but he's obviously going to play, virtually every game for us this year. So, I think that's what we do. So we don't really look to plan every year. So we might make the few tweaks as we've seen this year, a few young cricketers here and there. Generally, we pick for 3 years, and I think that's a big advantage to have, because the players have the security, the senior management group, the coaching staff, everyone knows that we have invested in players for 3 years, and we work with them keeping that in mind, not only during the season, but a lot of the work that you see goes on behind the scenes, off season as well. Contributions, conversations with people, whether it's with Paddy, whether it's with Zubin or Monty who work with us. Constantly players are having conversations, we are, monitoring them, we're staying in touch with them throughout the season, irrespective of whichever team they're in. so that, because we think that we invest in our players over a 3-year period.